And we are live. What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube and Rumble subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's Kush back at it again for the first time in 2 weeks with a Just Chillin podcast call-in show. I apologize real quick. That's while there. Had some Uber Eats come in just as I'm about to start the stream. But what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Shout out to Bobby Woodruff in the chat. Shout out to Yuvraj and Levance. You guys got here early. For the first time in 2 weeks, like I said, that I'm having a chance to do these. I should be back to like a semi-consistent schedule, I want to say, starting either sometime this week or next week. Obviously, you guys know I had to take off like 2 weeks for my final exams, and then 1 week, which was last week, to get started on my new job. I need to get used to the schedule and figure out stuff like that. And now, obviously, it's continuing into this week, and so I'm planning at least by the very latest by next week to have a new working schedule up where I could get a couple videos up a week, get the streams done. The streams are going to be no problem. It's just finding time to do the videos. And as you guys saw, I did a stream last week where it was basically me animating Azeez Ojulari to be used in a future video because it was just an idea that I had in my head, and it's going to be used like very soon. I do want to make an Azeez Ojulari breakout type of video, but enough with all that. Shout out to AJ Nixon here. As you're popping in, make sure you do hit that like button and the share button as well to get it out to the people, because like I said, it's been a while. God knows if they know that I'm still doing this. Before I pop the first caller on, as the title says, Wan'Dale Robinson has been impressing all over at Giants OTAs from day one all the way to now, which I think is like day 7. Saquon Barkley, I think, has had a couple standout plays as well throughout the past week. And also, in New York sports regards, the Rangers came out of a Game 7 against the Carolina Hurricanes, beat those guys. They're on to the conference finals. I'm very much a casual hockey fan, but you already know if there's a New York team that's part of like the golden New York teams, and the Rangers are, you guys know what I mean. Like the Giants are part of that golden, group, not the Jets. The Yankees are part of that golden group, not the Mets. The Rangers are part of that golden group, not the Islanders, right? They're not even a New York team. They're like a Long Island team. You guys know what I mean. So I'm definitely going to be looking for that. And I mean, I have nothing else to look at sports-wise in terms of live sports. So I'm going to be looking at that for sure. And maybe I do get involved a bit more in hockey. And I'm sure if anybody wants to call in and tell me about that, we'll see what's up. And the NBA Finals are around as well. We got the Boston Celtics, which pains me because I'm a big New York Knicks fans. And then we got the Golden State Warriors. They just missed a couple years out the finals. Plays KD with Andrew Wiggins. Everybody's back healthy, and they're back to full form of Warriors dynasty. So we'll see what's up with that if any of y'all want to talk about that as well. So first off, let me pop on the first caller. It is Mike Nixon, a member, and then right after him, I got Bobby. Mike, what's up, man? How you doing?
And, yeah. What is good?
I'm good, man. Pardon me as I eat a McNugget real quick.
Whoa. You mind passing me one?
There you go, bro. Right there.
Thanks.
Let me know when you take it from the camera.
I took it.
Okay, nice.
Oh, man.
What's up, bro?
I'm just ready for training camp to start now.
What is the set date for training camp, by the way? Do you know that?
Not yet, but I do know they are going to allow fans.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, as far as training camp goes, it should be, at least for us, probably, like, around July 20th, somewhere around there.
And by the way, guys, I will definitely try and go to at least one training camp practice. So if anybody's going to be there, you know what I'm saying, we definitely should hang out, maybe grab a bite at the Candlewood Diner.
I'm going to try to
make it, right?
Also.
Because it's still going to be a trek from where you live.
Yeah, I mean, it's about an hour from where I live. It isn't too bad. It's just finding transportation.
Shout out to Tommy, we got in here. Big Blue for Life, Ortiz. Nikki, what's up, man? First ever member of the channel in here as well, and Mr. C, Super Taj World. How y'all doing? Go ahead, Mike.
Uh,
In
uh,
regards to OTAs, any particular thoughts, or you want to talk about Wan'Dale Robinson?
Man, Wan'Dale is a beast, bro. I but I'm not gonna get too carried away because you're not really allowed to make any contact
Mm-hmm.
or
That's a very
anything.
good point. Yep.
That's why. That's why I said I want to wait and see how he does during training camp
Mm-hmm.
when it's full live contact.
I just realized I messed up. I didn't even drop the link in the chat, bro. Go ahead. I just realized. Continue.
But as for the finals, go Golden State.
Got to support the whoever's battling the Celtics.
Yeah.
That's the logic you're going with.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I don't blame you. Real quick, let me talk about Wan'Dale. I haven't had much of a chance, I'll be honest with you guys, which is part of the reason I love doing the call-in show so much, because you guys inform me, in my opinion, way more than I'm the one doing any type of informing to y'all. And I see your super chat too, though. I'm going to get to it. I obviously have not had really any chance to read up on OTAs, see who's been performing and whatnot. But whenever I'm on Twitter, you know, when I'm on a break or I'm on Instagram, the one name that kept popping up more than anybody else's was our rookie wide receiver, Wan'Dale Robinson. There was that post they made a couple days ago, or was it a week ago, of him with that great deep ball catch, which in my opinion was a better catch and a better throw. I don't know if anybody wants to get into that. That's old news at this point. But he's been popping up. And then once again today, he was another standout player. Like Mike, I don't want to get my hopes too high up, but I definitely am excited. It makes me feel so much better about a pick that I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all. You saw my live reaction. I was very 50-50 on. After I took a little bit more of a look, then I learned, you know, what he did in college. I started to like him more. And, you know, that liking of the prospect that we got is building up as we're going on. But no contact does a lot. And honestly, you could have the greatest offseason ever and still stink it up in the regular season. So we'll just see when September rolls around. Let me get this super chat here from Tudo, and then I'll let you go, Mike. He says, salute Kush, drop by your office to pay our proper respects. And for all Giants fans around the world, slapping kickoff stinky boys losers out the door, forget about it. Appreciate it, Tudo. Go ahead there, Mike.
Mm-hmm. And also, I would just like to recognize a few standouts.
Go ahead, list them off, and then if you got any examples of what they did, say them as well.
Then, I mean, just for OTAs in general, all of them. But Daniel Bellinger has been.
Oh yes, tight end number 1. The agenda is here.
Yep, tight end number 1. He's been doing this thing. An undrafted free agent, Yusuf Rocker, I believe, is how you is his last name. He's a safety, and he also went to Kentucky. He has some good plays. Dory had some nice plays.
I remember, I think it was the first couple of days of training camp, his name popped up a lot because people were trying to see how he would perform, given that it was very recent that we got rid of Brad.
And Julian Love has also
Julian
been
Love,
doing.
I did see that. Yeah, you're right.
Anybody else? I mean, Daniel Jones
I was gonna say, yeah, he's been a hot topic as usual.
He's been doing all right.
Do
I mean,
I was just gonna say, do you remember that throw that he made and the Giants Twitter account, you know, they put it out? and you had half the fan base, but half of them were saying it's a good throw, the other half were saying it's not a good throw.
Was that
If
on the Wan'Dale
that was on the
Robinson
Wan'Dale
catch?
thing, yeah. You got any opinion on
I
that?
mean, he got it there,
Mm-hmm.
and and I've also heard people critiquing Aaron Robinson. Rondell just made a good play. That was pretty damn good coverage.
On that particular player, I agree with you. I must point out a comment that Yuvraj just made in chat, which is more general than that play. He says Wan'Dale's only playing good because he's playing against our trash secondary. Now, as a whole, and his performance towards OTA, of course, we would use the word trash. But do you think he's maybe performing a little bit better than expected because it is a weakened secondary, or do you say no?
Half and half.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rondell was making them plays in college
Mm-hmm.
too. So I'm not gonna take anything away from Rondell Robinson. I mean, he he's a beast.
Yeah. And then with the
And
I just completely remember I need to address the NBA Finals thing real quick. So I don't have a dog in this fight, man. When it comes to the NBA Finals, for those of you that don't
yeah.
know, you got the Boston Celtics, probably the most hated rival of the New York Knicks. So I cannot support them, even though I've said before on Twitter and throughout these playoff series, I love the players on the Celtics. Like I'm a fan of Jason Tatum. I'm a fan of Jaylen Brown. I'm a fan of
Mm-hmm.
the coach himself because he had a lot of doubters coming into the season. He proved them wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of the Boston Celtics, so I would never cheer for them to win another championship.
Yeah.
With the Golden
Yeah.
State Warriors, I'm a big fan of Steph. I'm a fan of Clay as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much a fan of Andrew Wiggins, if I'm being honest with you. That's something else though. Definitely not a fan of Draymond. Off the court,
Yeah.
I love Draymond Green. He's one of the best personalities in sports
Yeah.
overall. On the court, I hate that man. And you know, when I was watching, obviously you guys know I'm a big LeBron fan, so I don't necessarily hate the Warriors, but I'm like, you guys stood in his way for a little too long. But also, they're a legitimate dynasty now. You know, dynasties in sports, there's people that always want to take them down. We know this. So you have a dynasty versus a dynasty in the
Yeah.
finals. I don't
Yeah.
have a dog in the fight, man. I just honestly, I'll probably be with you, Mike. I would want the Warriors to win because I 100% no question hate the Celtics way more. But I don't really
Mm-hmm.
have a dog in the fight, really, to say.
Mm-hmm. And also, interesting enough, uh, I think since 1947,
Mm-hmm.
there has been at least a Nick or former Nick in the NBA Finals.
That's a
I
wild stat that I
yeah,
find so hard to believe. Are you serious?
I just like saw this morning, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
on Twitter, but I cannot even remember where I saw that. But I
So real
mean,
quick, let me pop on Bobby because I know he's been
yeah.
here a minute. Then I'm gonna pop on my unofficial co-host Nate after Bobby gets his little couple minutes. And then we got Mike Green. Bobby, what's up, man? How you
Hey,
doing,
I
bro?
want to talk to Nate too. Let me talk to Nate too.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop him on in a couple minutes, but let me get your initial thoughts, and then we're gonna pop him on.
Okay,
Of anything,
I gotta prove you wrong. I'm sorry to prove you wrong.
go ahead. On what topic?
Okay, what do you say about the Islanders?
About the what?
The New York Islanders. What do you say they are not?
I said they are not part of that golden group of the Giants, the
Wrong.
Knicks, the Yankees, the
No.
Rangers. Nobody says the Islanders. They say the Rangers.
No. Okay. 1980 to 1983, they won 4 Stanley Cups.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't even born yet.
All right. Let me. First of all, let me chew.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Second of all, let me counter this argument with who do you think is part of that golden group, the Knicks or the Nets?
I like the Knicks. I'm a Knicks fan.
The Knicks, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I hate the Nets.
You just use like success to put the Islanders over the Rangers, right?
Yeah,
The
well,
Nets have way more
they're-
recent success in the past like 20
well, I'm
years
just
than the
saying,
Knicks.
you're saying that they're not golden. They won 4 Stanley Cups in a row.
I don't know how to describe what I'm saying. Then it's like the most popular teams in New York.
Yeah, Yankees. I love the Islanders. I used to live in
Mhm.
Glen Oaks, Queens. We went to the game all the time. Hi, Mike.
What's up, Bobby?
Do you know Rocha Entertainment?
Yeah, of course I do.
He's a Golden State fan. Guess what team I'm going for?
Do not say the Celtics, man.
Yes, I'm saying the Celtics.
You claim to be a Knicks fan, Bobby?
Well,
How?
I don't like Golden State, so I'm not going for the team.
Why don't you like Golden State?
I just don't like the team. I don't follow the team. I follow.
What about Steph?
No, I'm
Sure. Steph's the most. Steph Curry's the most likable dude in the NBA.
Well, I don't know about most likable, but he is
Yeah.
likable.
Okay, he's a good player. That's good. Okay. Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm a pop Nate on Bobby since you were talking to him, and well, like I said, unofficial
Nate's
co-host.
the little kid with the red hair, right?
Yes, but first, let me get a couple comments from the chat here. Shout out to Casey Doyle. He says he will continue to show was a solid pick throughout the season, referring to Wan'Dale Robinson from earlier. Super Taj talking about the NBA Finals says Warriors in 6. Nate says, "What's up, my dudes?" Mike C, "What's up, Nate?" Levance says, "Chillin, brother Nate." Thank you,
Chillin' like
Levance,
a
using the
villain.
spelling of the podcast. Yuvraj said, "Kush, trust me, put money on the Dubs. Been a fan since 2010. Dubs in 5, lol." Yuvraj, I might be pulling your leg here, but I think you were a fan since 2015, my boy.
Rangers
I've never
gotta
seen
be
anybody
Tampa
say fan
Bay,
since
too.
2010. That's so specific. It's like, nah, bro.
Rangers
I'm
gotta
pulling
beat
your leg.
Tampa Bay.
What's up?
Rangers gotta beat Tampa Bay.
Oh, we going, like I said, very casual hockey fan, but I would love for that to happen. Rick
they
is in
will.
here. And then Densley Richards says, "Has anyone watched the kid at Kentucky? He was going up and getting the ball like he was 6'2". That's why people had him high until he found out he was 5'8". I don't think people kind of found out they were 5'8". I think people definitely knew he was 5'8", and there were probably other reasons why he dropped a bit. But Mike said it as well. What he's doing in OTAs is what he's been doing at the college level as well. And then let me pop on. Shout out to the Rens here as well. Let me pop on Nate. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Oh,
What's up, Kush? Good to see you.
Hey,
What's up, Nate?
What's up, guys? Good to talk to you.
how you feeling?
Mm-hmm.
You like basketball, Nate?
I know absolutely nothing about basketball, Bobby.
Yeah, you like hockey?
I am slowly starting to get into it, yes.
Yeah, who you want to win?
Rangers, of course.
Me too. Hub. Talking?
I mean,
Where is
I,
it?
I guess I'll have the Rangers winning. The only Philly team I like are the Flyers.
Yeah, I hate that team.
No.
Passionate.
I could never root for any team from Philadelphia. I
No,
couldn't do
no.
it.
Not the Eagles.
But I mean, I am not the biggest hockey fan.
well,
Sure.
the Flyers stink.
Well, Nate,
Fair enough.
you're kind of a casual fan
Yeah.
like I am, I guess.
Yeah.
What do you say to the golden thing I was talking about earlier? The golden teams of New York.
I mean, I don't know if that's exactly how I'd phrase it. I don't think any of them are golden. It's just that most people tend to have a group of 4 that everyone usually sticks with. In my experience, anyway, it's Giants, Rangers, Knicks, Yankees. Those are the teams you're a fan of. Or, if you're a New York fan, it can be Jets, Mets, Islanders, Nets. That's how I've seen
I
it.
hate the Nets. Then no, I don't like the Nets.
Yeah, I mean, I've just seen it in that group of 4. I grew up and I never watched basketball or hockey, but I understood it had to be Knicks and Rangers. So
No,
that's
it
just
Yeah.
how I've seen it.
No, it doesn't.
And I'm the exception to the rule. I'm a Mets fan.
Oh, Mike.
Well, they're having a good year this year too. So
Nate, you should know this.
No, listen, Mike. I'm sorry I had forgotten, but let's be real. I probably just blocked it out in my brain because I thought too good of you to be a Mets fan. Like that's what it had to have been.
Give the Mets credit this year. They're doing good with Buck Showalter. He's a
Bobby,
great,
I will never give the Mets credit. I do not respect
I mean,
them.
well, they beat the Red Sox in the World Series, so you better give them some respect.
Fair enough, but that's a long time ago. That's 1986.
Well, still,
I mean,
hey,
that's almost 40 years ago, Bobby.
I'm an old fart. What can I tell you?
all I know is we have a 9.5 game lead that will.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Time out. Someone in chat is an Astros fan, and that person needs to be timed out.
Oh, they
Like
stink.
we
What?
are
Yeah.
Tony.
we
No.
are in here
No.
discriminating
No
against
cheating.
Astros fans.
No
You
cheating
support
in the
the
chat.
cheating team, man.
We are out here discriminating against Astros
I'm a
fans.
casual baseball
Anti-cheating.
fan,
He's been timed out.
and even I followed. Wait, why'd y'all time him out, bro?
I timed him out. I said
Don't-
we're discriminating against Houston fans.
Don't time him
That's-
out. What?
Yeah,
No, that's abuse of
what we're
power.
doing.
That's
We
abuse of
are-
power. Tell me if he's still in here. I apologize. That's definitely abuse of power my way.
Um,
But listen, even I, a casual baseball fan, when I was following the playoffs back in 2017, and then we learned that the Yankees only fell to them because they were cheating.
yes.
They should have been expelled from the league. That's just me, though.
They stink. Hey,
Yeah.
Hub, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, did the member again, but I raised it up to the coach.
You did? Oh my God! Thank you so much, Bobby. I appreciate that,
I'm
bro.
sorry, I haven't been on for a while.
Nah, I haven't been on in 3 weeks, man. So there's no need for
I
you
know,
to apologize.
but I forgot. Like when it comes on, like automatically.
Yeah. Nah, it's all good, bro. It's all good.
But I did want to redo yours, so I did redo it.
Hey,
I
Rob,
really
nerding out sports in
really
chat. Good to
appreciate
see you,
that.
my man.
Are you a
Rob is in
member,
there. I don't
Nate,
see him in
too?
there. Oh, there he is. I see him now.
Yeah,
What
Yeah,
up, Rob? How you
he's
doing?
right there. Giving a year.
Nate,
Give
are
me
you
your-
a member too?
I do not have my own money to spend on being members of channels, Bobby.
I don't
the
even know
hell?
if Nate has a part-time job.
I'm 17. No, I do not have a part-time job. I'm leaving in a month.
He will when he
college.
gets to
College.
Yes,
college.
very soon. Yes.
What college are you going to?
I am going to FAU in Boca Raton.
Oh, good. FAU, that's nice. Florida.
Yeah,
See
Listen,
all the sexy girls down there.
this is true. Listen, we're calling it like it is. Kush, you are the last person to be looking at the camera like that right now. I do not accept.
I'm not
this
looking
from
at the camera to Bob. I'm looking at the camera to you. What's the move?
Yeah.
you. Okay. I thought you were giving Bobby some grief over it. No,
What's the moves?
you with your Twitter account, Kush.
What's
you
the
do not get to.
You have a
moves?
new job, Hub?
What's up?
You have a new job, you said?
Yeah, so for the summer, YouTube is paying off. I've already been managing this like insurance company's YouTube channel,
Oh,
like
that's
on this
good
gig.
money.
But now I'm managing like an education company's YouTube channel over the summer.
Oh.
So we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
That makes some good
nice.
money, huh?
I wish I could manage the Giants YouTube channel, but I have to work my way up to that, basically.
I would
Yeah.
say so. I would say there's a ladder to climb there, Kush.
I mean, went
That's
from
right.
insurance to education. What's the next step before I get to Giants?
Don't you have 411K subscribers?
I wish, no, but 4,000 subscribers, not 411,000.
Oh, maybe my eyes are. I need glasses.
If I had 411,000 subscribers, though, Bobby, I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be gunning for the Giants. I'd probably be making more there than I would if I were to manage their team.
You know, Mad Dog.
Yes,
He's almost to 100,000.
that's
How much is
amazing.
Chris at right now?
He's only half that.
Last time I checked, I think he was like 40K. But
No,
to-
he's even less than half that.
I don't know that I've ever
I don't know if
watched
I'd
a
laugh-
Bad Dog video
laugh at
actually.
Oh, you
Um,
have to see his videos are great. His kid is great too. He's 5 years
to,
old.
to steer back to the topic, though,
yeah,
guys.
I'm
right?
sorry.
So Nate popped on. Nate, have you had a chance to follow anything with OTAs, whether it's Wan'Dale or anybody else?
Yeah, of course I have. I've not been living under a rock. Yes.
Then go ahead.
Nate
Not
has-
only give me your opinion, but also inform me, as I have been living under work.
Oh, okay. Well, by the way, just to explain, for those who don't know, I have been getting over COVID, so the reason I'm gonna
Oh, you
continue
had
to cough,
COVID?
I'm gonna continue to be coughing through this stream. Do not
Oh,
be
that's
concerned.
great. No one-
I'm fine. I'm just
But
after
you can't
effects.
get us alert if you're not gonna get us sick.
Well, I'm glad you're recovered.
Yeah.
Well,
me
thank you,
too.
Mike. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
with that, well timed there. With that said, I think the Wan'Dale Robinson thing, like there was a day where Daniel Jones threw a touchdown pass to him, and the Giants' Twitter account put it out and said, Daniel Jones, send a full send to Wan'Dale Robinson. And let's clarify something. It was a decent pass. It wasn't like something ridiculous, and it wasn't bad. But there was a giant argument on Twitter about whether or not it was a bad pass or a great pass. And everyone's missing the entire point, which is it wasn't either. And then we're here and we're arguing about a bad camera angle on an OTA practice pass.
Yeah, it's
What are
not
we
like
doing, guys?
in the game.
Like, come on, guys. What are we doing here?
Give him a break.
Hey, like I said, he got it there.
The
No,
only,
yeah, I mean,
that's
the only
that's
bad
the
pass,
important thing.
the only bad pass I saw from the Giants Twitter account regarding Daniel Jones was that one they tried to pass off as a good pass.
Oh,
with the,
yeah, that was-
the 3 holes
yeah.
in the net.
Yeah,
And, like
yeah.
if you pause the video,
That was an L.
the
That was
ball
an L.
doesn't even hit close to the hole. It just bounces back into the hole.
No, but they redeemed themselves by putting a different throw into that same net where he
Yeah.
actually crushed it. So
Yeah,
we're good there.
How's
But
the offensive line looking? Good.
We'll
I-
get to that in a second, Bobby. Go ahead with the
Okay,
Wan'Dale thing, though, Nate.
But yeah, just to finish that up, if you want my opinion on the throw, I would say it looked to me like he was leading him inside leverage. It wasn't quite the ball placement I would have looked at, and obviously it was wobbly,
Yeah.
but it was, the way I put it was enough. And if we're going to say that Wan'Dale Robinson is making Daniel Jones look good, I think that's a little bit, to borrow the phrase from offline, that's a little bit goofy. I think Wan'Dale Robinson's an exciting prospect. Like, that's I'm excited to see what he does. But we're going to say that this man is making Daniel Jones look good on deep ball jump balls. Like, come on. What are we saying here? But I would say that, excuse me, that it was a decent pass. Wasn't great, wasn't bad. Does not deserve to be talked about like we're talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm right there with you, Nate.
It's only
Tommy's pissed off. Tommy's pissed off in chat. This is hilarious. I'm going to show it.
what did he say?
I'm sorry, Tommy. I get a little upset about you Astros fans. I'm sorry, big guy. Yeah, but anyway,
Cheaters.
to answer Bobby's question about the offensive line, I'm actually looking forward to seeing how that group performs.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have just accepted as gospel that Shane Lemieux is absolute garbage, and I never really thought he was. I always thought Shane Lemieux was maybe not great, but I thought there was something there. Maybe not like consistent starting caliber play, but I always thought there was at least something. And there's this idea that people have sort of accepted that Shane Lemieux is absolute garbage, that he's Billy Price, that he's Matt Skura, that we just have him for no good reason. I don't
Ben
think that's fair.
Bredesen.
Yeah, I think Lemieux getting a chance at starting reps is a good thing. Because I remember when he was actually playing with Andrew Thomas, and that was when Andrew Thomas really started to look good against stunts. So I think there's something there to be explored. I would say, excuse me, I think when we're looking at the offensive line, it's a story of the guard in the interior spots. I think Lewinsky's going to be solid. I'm happy about that. I think he's going to sort of anchor that interior. And then Feliciano's a question mark. Either it's going to be good or it's not. Not really going to be an in-between. And then we have the left guard spot to worry about. I think tackles are going to be solid. I dare to hope that Evan Neal will have a solid rookie season, and we're all pretty confident in Andrew Thomas at this point. So it's really going to be about the interior. And I think with the interior, it's going to be center's fine. I'm not worried about Feliciano. I'm not expecting anything spectacular, but I'm not worried about it. And then left guard. That's going to be where the concerns are. But I would also point out to fans that are talking all that smack about it, it's one bad spot. Our offensive line has been terrible for years and years. And now, at least we have 3. At least we have 3 that we can look at and say going into the season, those spots are locked down. That's better than we've had in recent years.
And did you hear the Sanders about Nick Gates?
I'm sorry?
I mean,
That the Sanders about Nick Gates? He
Nick
might not
Gates.
play ever again.
I don't know about ever again, but he's a big injury.
Yahoo.
I didn't hear this.
no. He's just said that he doesn't know what the future holds
Okay.
Yeah.
for him
YouTube screws it up.
as far as playing again.
No, I mean that's still very serious. I
Yeah.
think
What
when
did he
Gates
have
went
again?
down, he had a terrible broken leg.
Yeah.
Everything, right?
Yeah, but with Gates going down, I think a lot of people going into this season kind of had unrealistic expectations for that. Like some people, I was saying from the beginning, Feliciano's the guy. Like that's going to be where our center spot is unless we draft somebody.
Mhm.
Because Nick Gates, like we all loved him. We all remember fondly when him and Aaron Donald were going at it, and we're like, yeah, that's our guy. He's gonna stick it to Aaron Donald. Like he was a good center for us. But that is not an injury you just come back from easily.
No.
That was a gruesome injury. So
I saw that. That was-
when you're looking at a player that's trying to come back from something that serious, a lot of people were talking about him playing week 1 and starting. And I'm like, guys, we gotta pump the brakes.
So real quick, let me get a couple comments here from the chat. Thank you for all the info there, Nate. I definitely needed it. The
Nate's
info
smart.
Nerding on sports. What's up, man? How you doing? He says Twitter likes are not safe for work. I don't know what you're talking about. Casey Doyle says very early, but what we have been seeing and hearing about Robinson, does anyone feel a little bit better about picking him in the second with a bunch of question marks? I guess quick yes or no answers around, Bobby.
Yes,
Nate.
I like the pick.
I'm sorry, I was focused in chat. Can you repeat the question?
Quick yes or no question from Casey Doyle. He says, does anybody feel better about Robinson in the second round now?
I feel the same.
And
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. No, it's okay. I just wanted to make that a quick one because I got a whole bunch to go through. Mike?
My fault.
I'll say yes, but I would like to see what happens during training camp.
Cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Casey Doyle said he had 2 touchdowns today. But I
Yep.
didn't realize they were doing either
One
red
from
zone
Tyrod,
throws or-
one from Jones.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot about the homie Tyrod Taylor, man. We're going to see what happens there during the season. Tommy coming back, defending his Houston Astros. Defend the Astros all you want. Of course, I will not have you banned for defending your team. However, I will ask that you recognize they are cheaters, my boy.
Yeah, they are
Hate
definitely
Sam.
cheaters.
Hate Sam out here instigating with the classic instigation
Nah,
line.
Hate Sam was
he
trying.
says
He was
he
trying.
says personally I wouldn't let him talk to me like that, but that's just me though.
We have
That's
a
the
garbage
classic
bin.
line for those of you that don't know.
That was actually what I was looking at
Explain
chat
on it.
at, Kush.
And
You
then
have
your
a
Raj
garbage
says, do
bin
you think we should sign
on it?
Xavier Rhodes, Anthony Barr, or Ndamukong Suh if they accept a vet deal? I didn't even know Ndamukong Suh was available. Anthony Barr, I don't really have
I don't
interest
think he
in.
is.
I don't think he is either. He's with the Bucks, I want to say. And then Xavier Rhodes, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I've even watched that
Wait,
man play.
I think he's with the Raiders.
Raiders?
No idea.
I have no idea. Sue, I mean, Sue is intriguing out of all 3 of those because I feel like in their prime he was the best at his position.
You said the comic in shoe.
Yeah.
I thought you were met Yannick Ngakwe.
Oh,
No.
very different people.
Very different names. I'm not sure how
Yeah.
you got that.
Guy Sue is like a monster. Like a
Yeah.
I don't want Ndamukong Suh, man.
Yeah,
I'm
I
staying
don't.
away from that.
I don't either.
Yeah.
He's too
Either
bad to fall over.
and either I don't want Xavier Rhodes either.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. We're at the very beginning of a rebuild. We don't need to be going out and signing free agents. Let's
Mike
stick
I
with
mean-
what we
and
got.
Bobby.
I mean, if we sign a corner, I would rather like sign Jimmy Ward.
Who's that?
He used to play for the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay, I heard of that.
So
Didn't we already sign him? I thought we brought him in.
Who?
Did we not? Because we brought in like 3 depth corners, and I thought 2 of them played for Wink in Baltimore, and he was one of them.
Kennedy, I think one of the names that we brought in,
Mm-hmm.
but
Hold on.
he did play for Baltimore.
So while Nate gets that up and addresses that, I will say, Mike and Bobby, get your last thoughts out because I got Mike Green up next for the Cutler, and then wow, the fry is stuck in my throat. Kyle, wow, that hurts. Kyle after Mike Green. Let me drink some water.
Who's Mike Green? Did I ever meet him?
I guess not. My bad, Mike. I thought we signed him. My fault.
Yeah,
Did I ever meet
you're
Mike
good,
Green?
Nate. You're good.
Oh yeah, sure.
But-
Say hi to him, but I do gotta pop you all out right after you say the
Can I just say
greetings.
hi? Yeah, I'll say
For sure. Any last thoughts though you have on any topics?
Well, I know I'm going with the Celtics.
Yeah.
I'm going with the
Unfortunately.
Rangers. Well, I don't think Golden State's gonna win. I'll go with the Rangers.
Mhm.
Giants are gonna have a good year this year. I think they're gonna be 11-6.
11-6 is a really good record. And Mike?
As as far as the offensive line goes, I mean Lemieux may not even start because Joshua Zadudu or however you say his name, he's been looking pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
and he's even playing left tackle, so it's good to have that versatility. And I mean, as far as Lemieux, he may not even start.
I will say this. I support the Josh Zito left guard one, as I do the Daniel Bellinger tight end one agendas. Here's Mike Green, so you could
I
meet
want
him
to
real
say
quick
hi.
there, Bobby.
Hi, Mike Green. How you doing?
Yo, what's going on, fellas? How
What's
y'all
good,
doing?
Mike?
Where you from, Mike?
I'm from Mississippi.
All right, that's a nice state down there.
All right,
Oh
Hub.
yeah,
Giant
oh
fan?
yeah,
You're a big Giant fan?
All right, y'all.
oh
Have
yeah.
a good one.
Peace, Mike.
What? You from New York
All right,
originally?
Mike. Peace.
Are you from New York
Huh?
originally? Are you from New York?
Nah.
Okay, I
No.
like the Giants.
Um, I was a member of their organization at one point.
You play for them?
I was before life-saving surgery.
Really? What do you do? What position?
I was a tight end.
Do you know that, Tub?
Yeah, he told me about it. I want to say it was the last stream or
What
the
year
stream
was
before.
this? What year was this? I look you up.
20. I didn't make the roster because I didn't even get a chance to get the training camp. But it was 2012.
Yeah, you do look like I think you look like Ronnie Hampton. A little bit.
Yeah, I was behind Martellus Bennett.
Oh, okay, Bennett too. Yeah. Okay. All right. Nice meeting, Mike Green. Thank you, Hub. You
Nice to meet you too, Rob.
No problem,
When
Bobby. Have a good one.
When is your next thing?
Hopefully, should Kid Blue be free tomorrow? Young Gun should be going
And
on
nobody
his
comes
channel.
on there, right?
Yeah,
Nobody
that's just
comes
me
on
and KB. And so next Tuesday would be the next
Oh,
call.
I need a pillow for that. No, I'm only kidding.
All
Come
good,
on,
Bobby.
you gotta have people on there so we can talk to you guys.
Maybe once in a while, but that's the whole idea of this show, right? This is the show people could pop on.
I need to talk to Kid Blue. I miss him.
You could always hit him up on Twitter if you got a Twitter account.
Yeah, but I like talking to him live. He's cool
So I'm
guy.
talking about to
Okay.
propose the idea to him.
Well, tell Nate I hope he feels better.
Have a good one, Bobby.
Yeah, good night, everybody.
Mike, what's up, man? Go ahead, bro. Any topic you want to address first.
Man, you know what? First of all, hope you feel better, Nate. I've been through that situation and it almost took me out, bro. So I can relate to what you're dealing with. I hope the Lord, pass this through your system and you be blessed beyond your days, bro.
Nate, I believe he's muted right now, so yeah, you could go ahead.
I am so sorry about that, Kush. That is my bad. Something needed my attention urgently, but
No, it's all good,
I'm
bro.
good now.
Go ahead, Mike.
You know what? I'm glad to see you too, because I got something real hilarious to tell y'all. Y'all know the fan base I'm surrounded by, right? So I had a cousin to come up to me and bet $100 that Kenny Golladay and Kadarius Toney combined won't even have 15 catches against them.
Over the course of the two games.
Hold on, wait.
Over 2 games.
Wait, hold on. Over 2 games, wait, it gets better. It gets better. He even had the audacity and nerve to say he got the best secondary in the league because he got the best corner in the league. I said, who?
Jalen Ramsey switched teams, bro? I didn't know Jalen Ramsey switched teams.
I asked the same question, I asked the same question.
You're lying. Even Cowboys fans aren't this dumb.
Bruh, If I could, I would take your football card. What are we doing? What are we? Trayvon Diggs, the best corner in the league, the same guy that got burnt for 189, and an offense that was trash with bum quarterback.
My
I
God.
don't
That
even
guy?
have words.
That guy?
There are no words.
Wow. Now, see, so let me make sure I get this straight. So, he can't guard two people at the same time. So, you feel like Anthony Brown can hold
Their second corner.
Darius Tony
Oh,
or Kenny
man.
Galladay by themselves. No safety help at all. You said Brown was a solid corner last year. I said, whatever drugs you're on, we stop this today. We stop this today.
Go
this-
to a meeting.
You know the Stephen A. Smith meme. Stay off the weed. This needs to be tweaked a bit. No, it needs to be tweaked a bit
Yeah.
to stay off the crack. That's what this is.
That is horrendous. I think the worst part about that is that the worst part of that, and there's a lot of terrible parts of that, is that not only are they asserting that Trayvon Diggs is the best corner in football, they're also saying that even if he was the best corner in football, which is hilariously untrue, that would make them the best secondary in football. Their safeties still have issues, and Anthony Brown, despite what he may think, is not good. That's mind-boggling. I am stunned.
I'm just trying to see how one guy is supposed to stop two people, and better yet,
He can't stop one.
So this is
Go
so
ahead.
they
Go ahead.
really that's how they really feel about us. That's how they really that trash. We that trash for real.
They don't feel
unbelievable.
that we're that bad. They
I don't
just
know
they
who
just think
worse.
that they are that
The
good.
damn
bro.
birds or the scum I call America's trash. But
I mean,
either way
Killers-
it go, you can't make this up.
No.
You can't make this up.
Go ahead. Is there a delay, Mike? Is that what I'm
you
sensing
can't
right
make
now?
Yeah.
this up.
I think there's a delay. In
I
that.
just all I gotta say is I can't wait till week 3.
Can you hear
I
us,
can't
Mike?
wait till week 3.
Mike, can you hear us?
Hold on, can't hear you guys.
There it is. There, that makes sense. Something wasn't quite right.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Can you hear
Can
us
you
now?
hear us now?
Okay. But yeah, I'm just
Mike,
just
can you hear us or no?
confused. But why would he even
I don't
say
think he
this?
can
And
hear
he
us.
feel confident about it.
No, he can't.
Mike, you cannot hear us, bro. You can't hear us. Mike, I'm gonna need you to fix that.
No, he can't hear us.
So I'm gonna pop Mike off, stay backstage. I'm gonna
Hey,
send him the text back. Say,
okay.
can you hear me? Yep.
No, he can't.
We know you can't hear us.
And let me exit out and pop back in.
Yeah,
'cause I can't
bro.
hear y'all.
For sure. Bet. You do that, my boy. You do that. While he does that, it is time to talk to the chat. What just happened to the chat? It disappeared from my screen. Shout out to
Can you hear
heavyweight
us
champion
now,
in the
Mike?
world,
Sorry, I had to.
Mr. C. What's up, bro? Let me see here. Is there anything? G-Men for life. We're just laughing. And, well, I guess nothing much here. Yuvraj says Diggs gave up almost 1,000 yards last year.
Yeah.
How is he the best corner in football? Very opportunistic.
Quite simply,
great with
he's
taking
not.
opportunities.
Actually,
Mhm.
this is the answer to that question.
Oh, I thought you were gonna elaborate on that, but
Oh
that's
no.
fine. That's
It's
fine.
like I said. It's a very simple answer. He's not.
Yeah.
Is the answer. That's it.
Oh, we got a load in animation. Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us, Mike?
I don't think he can. This is not.
Can you hear me?
We can hear
We
you. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
No, I don't
Wait,
think so.
hold up. Having issues.
Yeah.
No way. Hold
I
on.
will say, let me pop you off, Mike, till you could try and figure that off. Let me get Kyle on here so I could get the rotation of callers going well. Get that out.
That is
Kyle, what's up,
unfortunate.
man? How you doing, bro?
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, man? How you
Doing
doing?
good, bro.
Kush, bro, thank you again. And Giants fans, there's no better fans than us. But bro, I just wanted to comment. It was a couple of weeks back. I was watching you and Kid Blue show about the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I respect your opinion. I truly do. But bro, the Giants is gonna do more than a 500 team, bro. The reason why I'm saying
because I think I came out with 8 or 9 wins, right? I was like, I saw that as our ceiling, so I'm definitely excited to hear what you got as our ceiling.
True, but again, mind you, Giants have been one of the most injured teams the last 5 or 6 years. Okay,
True.
I love all of our new draft picks, especially the actual alignment. I think we got a lot of depth, but mind you, just barring injuries, nothing major. We still got, of course, Galladay, Kadarius Toney, Sterling Shepard, and one of my favorites is Slade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the chemistry that Daniel Jones has with those guys, and a super healthy Saquon Barkley coming back, brother. I almost guarantee the first 5 games we're going to go at least 4-1 tops. At the bare minimum 3-2. I think we're going to beat the Titans. They got rid of AJ Brown. Their quarterback is, I would say, average. He's not bad, but they're basically a one-trick pony. And mind you, their run game is a lovely one-trick pony, but we can stop that. Our defense is not trash. We're going to stop that run opening night or opening game.
Sure
Again,
hope so.
AJ Brown's gone. Who else is Tannehill gonna throw to offhand? That's
Traylon Burks.
Who?
Traylon Burks. The better AJ Brown. No, I won't stand for Traylon Burks slander in here, man.
I'm not dissing him, bro, but he's not a household name.
Well, it's because he's a rookie.
Again, but outside of like the Randy Mosses, what wideouts come in outside of like a Randy Moss or Odell Brown? They
like 4 in the last 3 years.
But I'm just saying it's not normal. It's really not.
It's becoming normal.
If you look at the recent years that you had Jefferson in 19, Chase in 20, who was it in 21?
Jefferson, DK in his rookie year,
and who was it in 21?
I don't remember every single one, but there's been a lot recently.
Those teams, though, they had at least a better than average counterpart.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
But also, I can't express in words, fellas. Like, the Giants are gonna like go nuts this year. They're gonna prove a lot of people wrong. And our division, I definitely, for whatever reason, I don't think Dallas is gonna do anything special. The only team that I really, really feel is gonna give us problems are the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are stacked, but the last time they had their super team with Vince Young, and they called it
Vince Young. Wow.
No, but back then they had like a lot of talent and a lot of off-field moves where they called them like the dream team. And
yes, I remember this.
Team.
Right.
They were
2010,
really right? But they were the only. But right now, the Eagles are the only ones that I would feel just in our division that really scares me. The Washington team, their offense and their defense is really good, but with their quarterback, his first year there, I don't think he's gonna I just don't think they're gonna be more than a 500 team. So I think it's the Giants' perfect time to stay healthy. We got experience. Our wide receivers are really good. Our line is at least hopefully average, and that's all they have to do is be average, and Danny Dimes can take care of the rest. I know you guys are gonna think I'm stupid, but I really feel 15-2 at the bare minimum, 11-6.
15.
Okay, well, first of all,
no.
No,
Listen,
no, Coach,
11-6 isn't
Coach,
bad.
Let me respond. First of all, I would not at all say you're stupid because you're clearly not. You're clearly a very smart guy. I would disagree with you, but I definitely wouldn't say you're stupid. I mean, I think 15-2, as Kush is probably about to say, I think that's just out of the range of possibilities in my mind.
I just got this feeling of 2007. I don't know why.
Didn't we say this last year?
Well, I didn't say that last year. I wasn't a fan of how our front office was doing things. And again, turnover in the NFL, if you look at history, any team in the NFL or most sports, I'm gonna compare it to like the San Antonio Spurs. They went 7 years before they won their last ring, or they went 7 years before they went to the finals the last 2 times. Most teams would have broke that team up, but I'm just saying for football, you got to have some type of consistency. With Daniel Jones, again, I know I said this the first time I ever called. You can't expect any quarterback. I don't care if you're Tom Brady or Matthew Mahomes. If you come in the league and you have 3 different head coaches and multiple coordinators, your first 4 years, it's just wrong for anybody to expect something that, like, you just can't expect anybody to do something great. So I'm just saying, with the players that we have, not even counting the new wideouts, as long as nobody gets hurt majorly for a long period of time, we're gonna kick butt, bro. And it's 2007. Everybody clowned me, bro. They thought Eli was the slow man, and I don't mean to sound not politically correct.
No, go ahead. We all know what they said.
Yo, he came out and was doing his thing. We had a better than average. Our line was never great back then, but it was at least average. And we had Earth, Wind, and Fire. And Brandon Jacobs is still to this day one of my all-time favorite backs.
I love Brandon Jacobs.
Nobody gives him the props. King Henry. Brandon Jacobs was King Henry before King Henry.
Facts.
So I really have that feeling, and I call myself Scorpio Emperor King because I'm really into that Scorpio light, brother. It's beyond manifestation, bro. I got that feeling 2007 all over again. Now, mind you, I'm not saying we're going to win it all. That would be dope. But I'm just trying to tell you, the tides turn, bro. Like, I listen to a lot of Giants stuff, and everybody's just always questioning stuff like, oh, we're this and we're that. But when was the last time we had great picks like that? Like, as a collective unit, like the tides turning. When I'm just gonna really laugh at a lot of people when the Giants are doing good. And I'm not talking about this year. I would say for the next 5 to 8 years, we're actually going to have a team that can at least get better each year and be in contention for the division as well as the playoffs for at least the next 5 to 8 years. I mean, assuming nobody gets long-term injured and all that, but I really mean this. I know y'all gonna laugh.
The only thing I gotta ask you is, how are you seeing 11-2? I mean, 15-2. How do we 15 teams?
Our division. Plus, we play the Titans. I know a lot of people are, the Titans are really good. They're on the downslide. Again, I'm not saying that rookie wideout.
Yeah. You're talking about Chillin, bro. Sorry.
I'm not saying he's not going to be good, but if that's your best wideout, and there's no better than average counterpart, and basically teams are just keying in to stop King Henry. Main thing, if they can stop the run, they're not worrying about Malik Willis or whoever they got. Not as of yet. They got to earn their stripes. I think
so that's wait. So would you say we swept the division? Is that what you said?
Well, no. I mean, I'm hoping we go at least 4-2 or 5-1.
So our two losses will come from the division in this scenario.
We've done really well against Washington. We've even done well against Dallas, even though we lost. That one game that Daniel Jones hurt his neck, if he didn't get hurt in that game, I feel we would have won. And we're playing teams like the Seahawks. We're playing the Titans. We're playing the do we play the Broncos this year?
No, I don't think so.
No. I forgot the whole schedule, but we got one of the most favorable schedules. And again, I know people will say 15-2, I'm nuts, but minimum, and I'm saying minimum 11-6.
Okay, so Kyle, I think if we're talking about the schedule, I've just pulled it up in front of me. So why don't we just run through it? All right. I think the point Kush was making there, which is valid, is if you're going 15-2, you pretty much have to sweep the division. You pretty much have to. Like, maybe you can let up a split to one of Dallas or Philly, but that is it. Otherwise, you have to sweep the division. Because I will list some teams here: Packers, Ravens. Again, we're talking about teams that are probably at a better stage than us. You're looking at Colts, if they can figure out quarterback, like with Matt Ryan actually playing good football. Those are all teams that are probably favorites against us right out the gate, and then you've got other teams that maybe are better than us. But I think when you're looking at the schedule, yeah, it's weak, but if you're only going to find 2 losses on that schedule, you're looking for a whole lot of upsets.
Well, I think we're going to beat the actual Ravens. The Colts scare me, though, because I love their line. Their run game is sweet. They're
I'll
good.
tell you what.
They're really good. Our division, to me, that's where it starts. I truly feel for me to say they're going to sweep them, that's really bold. I know 15-2 is bold, but I'm hoping at least 4-2 to 5-1 out of the division. And I'm not a fan of Cowboys. I'm not a fan of the Eagles or Washington, but I really feel that we're going to kick butt. We're going to actually, in our division, we're going to be the best, and nobody's giving the Giants a shot. And that's also a key thing. No one's even thinking the Giants are going to do anything. Before Saquon got hurt, he was a top back. Him and Christian McCaffrey.
No, he was the number one. It was
debatable. I love Christian too. I like King Henry. I'm a Giants fan, but I give props to everybody, and again, all those other teams, like I don't have the record. I don't have the list right there, but I don't fear the Ravens. They're a one-trick pony.
I think a lot of people are in for a surprise from Baltimore this year.
Lamar Jackson's good, but I don't buy the hype. I've never been a fan of quarterbacks that can run better than they can throw.
We're going to disagree on this one.
You're going to agree with KB, though, when you tune into any Young Guns ever. KB has that point right there with you, Kyle.
Chicks dig the long ball, brother. I don't care how fast. I don't care how fast a quarterback runs, bro. You got to make the throws. You're a quarterback for a reason. You got to make the throws. And
True.
Dak Prescott, bro, he can barely throw it 45 yards. If you ever watch him throw it deep, his arm is spaghetti arm. I mean, he just doesn't have an elite arm. You know what I'm saying? Carson Wentz, I mean, he's not bad. You know what I'm saying? But I just really feel that as long as we're not going to be one of the most injured teams. Our line is at least going to be average. And our wideouts can go with, we got 4 starters, veteran wideouts who can do their thing. Only thing about the offense that scares me is the tight end spot. We don't have – I like the rookie that we got, but that's the only thing that I feel on our offense besides, people questioning the actual line is we need something over the middle, like a big tight end who's going to actually – do something, and the rookie's unproven. And of course, again, you got other callers. I just want to, Kush, you the man, bro. Thank you all. But gentlemen, I promise you, this fall, brothers, I'm trying to tell you.
Listen,
I got those 2007 vibes.
I'm telling you, if I am proven wrong, I need you to be in the chat to tell me that I was proven wrong. But 100%. I will say this. Kyle, before you head out, any thoughts on Rangers advancing? I don't know if you're a hockey fan at all or if you're a casual guy like I am, getting into it like Nate is, or any thoughts on the NBA Finals real quick before you dip out?
I mean, naturally, I watch all sports. I mean, hockey, I keep my ear open, but to say I watch the playoffs, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'll watch them on Sports Center. Basketball, I truly love. The Celtics, I like Tatum. I like their players. I got no beef with them, but I'd rather them win it than the Warriors because the Warriors already got 3 rings, bro. You know what I'm saying?
The Celtics have 17, don't they, or 18?
A lot.
Yeah, but I'm a grown man, bro. Now the Celtics won in the last. Yeah, they won with KG and those guys
in
last.
08, 08 or 09, I think. I can't remember which one.
That was like over a decade ago. But the Warriors in the last decade
didn't they win more recently than that?
The Celtics? No, the last one they won was 08.
Kush,
why did I remember Celtics fans celebrating?
When?
I'm a Mets fan, Kush.
You're a Mets fan?
Of course, brother.
Why you say of course like that's something good, bro?
Hear me out. I like the Yankees, just not during interleague play. You know what I'm saying? But the Mets, bro. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people grew up Mets fans. I mean, well, I live in Queens, so I'm in Mets Central.
Kush.
Like Mets, the City Field is literally like a half-hour train ride away from me. I've been to City Field more times than I've been to Yankee Stadium, but I'm I'm a very casual baseball fan. Being the
Okay.
Yankees, I will say this though, Nate. I don't know if you've been to either. I've been to both stadiums. Yankee Stadium obviously has like the name and stuff to it, kind of like MSG. But the better stadium has always been Citi Field. It's not even close. They have way better seating. They have
completely
better.
disagree, but that's fine.
Have you been to either?
I've been to both.
Citi Field has better seating. It has better facilities and better food than Yankee Stadium
Brother,
has.
cheaper too.
Listen,
And oh yeah, of
no,
course. the
it
price.
is cheaper. That's facts. I'll give you that much. But I'll say my bit about the Mets, and then I'm actually gonna have to hop off for tonight. But listen, when I was growing up, I was a Yankees fan whole way through. Always have been, always will be. And I never had any sort of bad feelings toward the Mets. I didn't care about him at all. My dad always hated him. He has instilled in me since I was yay high that he was so deeply anti-Mets. He hated the Mets. He said he hated them almost as much as he hated the Red Sox. And if you know anything about Yankees fans, that's a whole lot. Now, I had no ill will towards the Mets for 90% of my life. And then a couple of years ago, I became more active on the internet. I started appearing on YouTube, and through that, through the Giants community, I ended up seeing the Yankees community and the Mets community. And let me tell you, like everything, it's not all of them. It's always like some good, some bad. But I still don't think I have anything really against the Mets team. I more just hate Mets fans. Me and Mets fans do not get along. It's just a fact. And they will say the same thing about us Yankees fans. The two just don't mix. We don't like each other. It's plain and simple. So if you're going to talk about which stadium's better, I care not for your logic. I care little for your reasons. Me and the Mets will always have beef. I will never respect them, and I will never respect their stadium either. So
Damn.
Listen, as Forrest Gump might say, that's all I have to say about that.
All that I have to say about that is, Nate. Well, first off, peace out. All I have to say to that is he's from Connecticut, so his opinion does not matter.
Well, Kush, bro, again, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Also, I know I'm not trying to plug nothing, but I got
No, go ahead. Feel free to plug anything, actually.
I got a Facebook group called New York Giants Fans Unite. It's nothing special. It's less than 300. You know what I'm saying? I only post stuff that I think is credible from the actual Giants site itself. Put no, people's, guests. I don't put any of those like fake news stuff on there. Only strictly 99% of it is stuff from the Giants site itself. So if anybody ever wants to join, you're more than welcome. It's New York Giants Fans Unite. And Kush, bro, this fall, bro, I'm gonna be calling.
Keep me on my toes.
I appreciate your platform. Keep it up, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Kyle. Thank you so much for calling in. As you guys know, he's Scorpio Emperor King in the chat, man. Have a good one. Ooh, my screen went away for a second there, bro. What's
One
up?
last thing. There's no better fans than Giants fans, people.
Can't say it better myself. We got a great community on here as well, bro. Have a good one. Mike Green, back up. Are you there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, man. What's up? What happened?
I got a phone call and stuff. Like, yeah, Kush. I'm tired of the disrespect, bro. For him to make that type of suggestion, bet, and not to mention, he say, "Oh yeah, this is our division." So y'all already won before we can play the game, huh? Okay, I like it. I don't know what's, like I said earlier, I don't know what's worse, these damn birds or this scum of America's trash, but they feel real good. I ain't seen no commie fans, so I don't even know how they feel, but unfortunately, I don't give a damn, but it's okay. I feel like Kyle, we're going to shock a lot of people this year. We'll shock a lot of folks because everybody already said we're going to be dumpster fire. We ain't even got the training camp yet.
Who said we
ain't even
dumpster?
got
Hold
the
up.
training camp.
I agree that I'm in the group of people that saying we 11 and 50 wins for sure. I don't know if I can see that happening, but who's been saying that we're gonna be a dumpster fire? I feel like most fans are
Oh,
saying
yes.
we're going to be a team anywhere from 4 to 6 or 7 wins is what I feel like most fans are saying.
Oh, ESPN slander us every day.
Oh, well, you're going to have to update me on this because I can't remember the last time I watched ESPN. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Yeah, ESPN slander us every day.
What they say?
Daniel Jones
Wait,
gets so
what
much
ESPN say?
hate.
What they say?
Oh, this is Daniel Jones last year. The Giants gonna be drafting a quarterback because they're gonna be picking high. They might win 3, 4 games. You know, they might compete because they got a coach that know what he's doing. Just slander after slander.
Mm-hmm.
Saquon Barkley was a wasted pick. Um, our defense is not as good as people advertise it to be. All of that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when I say we get slandered, we get slandered.
Mm-hmm.
When people ask how good we're going to be, they always go back to our quarterback.
Yeah.
I really hope and pray that Daniel Jones have an MVP type season to one, shut people the hell up, and two, to prove that if I have something great around me, I could produce too.
Yeah.
Everybody always want to bring up Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and Justin Herbert. It's like, don't get me wrong, they're good. They top 10.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But so we just gonna act like now what all them got coming, huh?
Well,
They
other
got
than I definitely
offense,
think you said Aaron Rodgers, and who were the other ones you listed?
Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert. And just
So
name a few.
I know the point you're trying to make, and I agree with the point. They have a great supporting cast, but they're 100% way more talented than Daniel Jones as well. It's both. It's both.
I mean, okay, yes. They're more talented, but we just gonna act like we ain't gonna act like Daniel Jones is trash either.
No, definitely not. But I would not compare that level of talent to Daniel Jones.
No,
I
what
don't
I'm
think it's
saying
close.
is that they got an offensive line. They all got a top target.
Yes, and I agree with that. I agree with that. They have a really, really good supporting cast.
And they had coaches that knew what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Jones never had that since he been here, outside of Pat Sherman.
Mm-hmm.
Because any of them quarterbacks I just named, you put them in the offense we was in last year, you would be asking, why are you in the league? You sure football is what you want to do with your life? And you know these are top tier talents, but in that offense that we had last year, you be asking some questions.
Oh, of course. Of course. I don't think much people would have success there. I'm not disagreeing with your point. I was telling you to pause though, because I feel like there's a better selection of quarterbacks you could have made than someone like the most talented ones the NFL have ever seen in its history. Like Matt Ryan, I feel like would have been a good quarterback to bring up. Because even in his prime, Matt Ryan was good. He got that MVP under his belt. But everybody knows Julio Jones was one of the biggest parts of Matt Ryan's success. Everybody knows that Kyle Shanahan was one of the biggest parts of Matt Ryan's success. Obviously, Ryan
Haven't
Tannehill
been the
is one you
same
could bring up
since.
as well. And yeah.
You know what? Since you brought up Ryan Tannehill, last time I saw this man, he threw 3 interceptions when Derrick Henry, excuse me, couldn't run the football.
Yeah.
So
And
everybody really picking the Titans to slaughter us, but I think this game gonna be closer than what
I think
people
the game is
think.
going to be close too. I don't know if I would say any game would be a slaughter. This is going to sound weird. I feel like for the first time in a couple years, we're not going to get blown out in any game. We've gotten blown out quite a bit over the past 3, 4, 5 years. I feel like the coaching staff that we have now is good enough to prevent that from happening, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And yeah, we lost James Bradbury, but like I've been saying for months, this is a blitzing defense. So if they getting home, you ain't got to cover long. And you got pass rushers who can win one-on-one matchups. You know, Azeez Ojulari got 8 sacks, and we didn't even blitz.
And I'm
So
not.
we're blitzing
I'm gonna
now.
hold off on speaking on Aziz for my video whenever I get that out. But I'm with you there.
Okay, then you know Kayvon Thibodeau was top 5 pick for a reason. And everybody just forgot Leonard Williams, when he had people around him, that man got 11 sacks on the inside.
I thought, was it 10.5, right? 10.5, right?
No, he had 11.
Was it 11?
11 and a half.
Whatever it was, yeah, he was a monster. He was a monster.
Because he had 8.5 going into that Dallas game. He had 3 sacks to finish that game off. His pressure, the reason why McKinney was able to get that game-sealing pick. So that man's still on his defense. So, and then when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens, yes, the Baltimore Ravens are talented. They're very good. There's a reason why they're consistently in the conversation in Super Bowl contention. But ladies and gentlemen, didn't Wink Martindale just come from the Ravens? You don't think he knows those players' strengths and weaknesses over there, practicing against them every day? And we at home. We ain't in Baltimore. We in New York. So, because everybody, a lot of people, when they pick our schedule, they got us losing against the Packers and the Ravens back to back. I don't see it. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, but Devontae Adams is in Las Vegas last time I checked. Is Alan Lazard going to be that guy?
I think Aaron Rodgers is still going to have a really good season, and as usual, he will choke in the playoffs. That's what I'll say about that. As usual, he will fail to show up in the playoffs.
Just like Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers and Dallas are not that different from each other, in my opinion.
You know what? Now I think about it, you're right, Hush. You're right, Hub. Like, they actually have the same results.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. And all the difference
Always
is
a really good
Packers
regular
have won.
season and then can't do it in the playoffs.
Well, at least that's one difference between Aaron Rodgers and the Cowboys. He has a Super Bowl in the last 27 years.
Yeah.
They don't.
Exactly. Mike, let me get your last thought, though, because I have Sam lined up right here, bro.
Hey, man, man, believe, y'all. You know, we all in this year. So just be patient. Well, what you've been wanting for 5 years is going to happen. Believe. Believe in Big Blue.
Believe, and we're going to try and manifest this thing into reality then, man. Have a good one, Mike.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Y'all do too, man. Be blessed.
Peace. Sam, what's up, bro? How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm good, man.
I just wanted to come in here and talk about, I hear people saying that 10, 11 wins is the floor. I get it. Like, I'm optimistic. Like, my friend is a Niners fan, and he tells me how he thinks we might have one of the best coaching staffs in the league and that we could compete, but it doesn't matter how good a coaching staff is when Daniel Jones, I don't know. I want to like him, but it's come to the point where we've given him 3 years. Last year we said was his year when we drafted him a first-round receiver. Kenny Galladay, we signed him. And then now, the year after, he didn't do good last year, so now we're going to give him, he didn't have an O-line. If you have to have everything perfect around you, I don't think you have, or you don't, like, you shouldn't be in the NFL if everything has to be perfect around you for you to do good.
With that particular statement, I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, but I could see where you're coming from, because there has been a lot of players where they have great tons of success when everything's perfect around them. But going back to the first half with DJ, and I'm not a DJ defender, nor am I a DJ hater. I try to stay as objective as I can. But it wasn't just that there was a terrible low line. You know, it was the terrible coaching staff as well and injuries. We do have to consider all things. I don't know if it's necessarily even a thing if it's like if it has to be perfect because his rookie year, his best year, he had the coaching, he had a great running game, didn't really have the receivers, did not have the line. If anything, you'd say a great franchise quarterback would overcome that. As a rookie, I'm not sure. Maybe Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert. I'm trying to think of rookie quarterbacks in their rookie years that could overcome that. Maybe Mahomes. Second year, of course. First year, Joe Judge. Still no good offensive line. Saquon's gone. Still no receivers. And like the worst coaching ever. And it was the same thing again in 2021. That's what I'll bring up. But like I said, the second half, the statement where you specifically said if everything needs to be perfect, then yeah, I'm seeing where you're coming from.
People to think that I'm just like a Daniel Jones hater because I want him to be good, but this year I understand this year there weren't no good quarterbacks in the draft, or at least ones that we could have taken at 5 or 7. So it makes sense to give him this year. But I'm telling you, if there was Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud in this class, there would have been no shot that Daniel Jones was our quarterback. If there was any, if even if this was last year's draft, Daniel Jones wouldn't be our quarterback. It is. I'm telling you, we would have shipped him off. He would have been gone, and we would have drafted somebody. It was just the combination of it being a terrible draft, and then they just want to say, or they're leaning on Daniel Jones for a year. If it's bad this year, then Brian Dable could say, well, it wasn't his guy, so he really wouldn't get too much flack year one.
I'll say this because and this has gotten me painted as a DJ hater in recent months. I'm definitely all down for the CJ Stroud and Bryce Young train this coming year. Like DJ would have to literally be like a top 10 quarterback this year for me to keep him. I just don't think it makes sense to keep him both financially and just football wise either. Like he would have to prove it again because of the inconsistency. So I'm gonna have two just amazing record breaking in terms of Giants quarterback years from this man for me to be like, all right, that's the franchise guy.
That because after this year, I hate when people say he doesn't seem like the guy. If they're gonna give him a contract, he's gonna get it. He's gonna ask for as much as he can get. It doesn't matter. It's at the end of the day, it's a business. He's gonna do what's best for him. Do we really think after one good season we should give Daniel Jones $40+ million a year? And
Mm-hmm.
looking back at recent history, most times that teams win Super Bowls, it's on the quarterback's rookie contract.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's the outliers like the Rams last year and Brady, but Brady always takes a discount so they could get guys. If you look back, Patrick Mahomes, now the Chiefs don't look as dominant as they used to because they had to trade Tyreek Hill because $50 million against the cap is a lot of money. And it makes sense when you're doing it with guys like Pat Mahomes. But we got to realize that Daniel Jones would have to take us. He would have to be a top 10, fringe top 5 quarterback if you're giving him 40 mil a year, because then that takes away. You can't sign guys like Kenny Galladay to make them better. You'd have to rely on guys who already have cheaper options and the
Mm-hmm.
draft. You couldn't sign big free agents because they take up. What would the cap be? I think 250 or 300. You'd be giving a quarterback. What would that be? Like you'd be giving him how 50 out of the 300 million just wouldn't make sense, especially for an average guy. You see what the Vikings have. They're paying Kirk Cousins this much money, and he could just never take him over the hump because he's just not
Mm-hmm.
good enough.
No, I hear what you're saying. I'm with there.
Bro, but I don't think we'll be bad this year. I never want us to be bad, but if there was a year where I think we could get a top quarterback next year, and you could always trade up like what San Francisco did if we're picking 12 like they did. You give up 2 first-round picks or 3 first-round picks to move up and get your guy. But I don't know. I think this class is a lot better, or this upcoming class is a lot better than the one that just passed, in my opinion.
I'm a reserve judgment until we get there, but I'm definitely saying that as of right now, like a year before the draft, we're talking way more about these quarterbacks and like the opinions of the quarterbacks in next year's class is higher a year before the actual draft than it was last year. I remember this time last year, people were saying that the quarterback class for 2022 was going to be a weaker one. And everybody's been saying that the 2023 one is going to be a little bit of a stronger one if you're looking for franchise guys. Maybe that's where you go. Like I said, the reserve and judgment, because you guys know I don't even look at them until January. I see Mike, and I don't know if you have a response to this, Sam. Says Bryce Young kind of overrated. I like Tyler Van Dyke better. I don't even know who that is. So, yeah.
I don't know who that is either, but he can't really be that overrated when he just obviously Alabama is the best college team in college football. They get the best recruits, but there's a reason why that he's a starting quarterback and he's projected to be taken so high. I don't think that if you look back at even the older Alabama quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts wasn't looked at to be taken this high when he was starting for Bama. There's like Bama's had quarterbacks that are just they were good in college, but they were never seen as NFL guys. There's a reason why Bryce is being talked about as a top 5 pick, potentially number 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that last part. It's only in recent years you're seeing Alabama guys really start at the NFL level. Hurts, Jones, Tua being those guys. Before then, I can't really remember an Alabama quarterback. Joe Namath?
Yeah. That's the last guy I could think of that was really good from Bama. Bama's the quarterbacks are weird because it seems like a lot of the good quarterbacks come from smaller schools.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Well, that would subscribe to the theory that a lot of people have, which honestly, this opinion does have its merit, which is that Alabama quarterbacks are successful because they're at Alabama. You know, they're at the best football program, the best coaches, best training facilities, and best surrounding pieces. Whereas the other guys, they had great seasons with like mediocre or bad or with not well known factors of all of that. You know, that's like the major opinion out there, which is, I think it has merit, you know, because then you come to the NFL, you probably with a better team and whatnot. They develop a lot more and they show out.
Do play against the best competition. If Bama's competing every year, they're also playing the best guys. So it's not like they're beating up on teams like South Dakota State every year. They're playing real good competition.
That's true, but we're talking about recently is only when we're seeing these quarterbacks succeed. You just named Joe Namath. That's a almost 40 to 50 year time period right there where there wasn't a Bama quarterback really successful.
Yeah, I mean, it makes, I don't know. It's weird, but I don't know.
Nah, it's all right. It's a very open-ended discussion.
And it's the same thing with C.J. Stroud if we're going back, because Ohio State quarterbacks have never really panned out in the NFL. If we look back, Justin Fields, I mean, he's still young, but he didn't look great last year. Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace to him, but when he played, he wasn't good. Braxton Miller wasn't good. Terrell Pryor.
Wasn't Terrell Pryor a wide receiver, or was that somebody else?
I'm pretty sure Terrell Pryor switched over to wide receiver after he was already a quarterback because he wasn't going to work out in the NFL because he was a quarterback for the Raiders when he played. I'm pretty sure it was the Raiders.
I remember, I can't remember if he switched from wide receiver to quarterback or if it was from quarterback to wide receiver, but yeah. Let me get a couple of these comments right here. Tommy says, Robinson creates space. He will be the key to the offense. What's up, Chris Peace? Taj says, I like Tyler Van Dyke. Jerry Wright says, Jones lost 2 games on wide receiver drops. Tommy says, if Jones sticks up the joint to Rod, if healthy, he will win the games. He was 4-1 down the stretch with the Texans before he got hurt, so he can definitely give us some wins if healthy. I agree with you heavily there, which is part of the reason I really did like the Tyrod signing. And then he says he definitely will make good plays. Receivers would drop the ball, but the play calling was horrible. The situational play calling was atrocious. Jerry Wright says our receivers are bottom in separation. Combine that with O-line, and what chance did Jones have? Chris Peace says Haskins went to a crap program, didn't have any stability in Washington. Rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins, and I'm not really going to open this to discussion. I'm going to say my opinion and close it because a lot of people, whenever you criticize anybody that is rested in peace, they think you're hating on them. But Dwayne Haskins was not good. Whether he went to a good program or not, there was people that believed he was not going to translate to the NFL level good enough because he didn't make really good throws in college. He didn't show those traits that scouts are looking for in an elite quarterback. Like, there was questions about him. If there wasn't, he would have gone to the Giants. So it didn't happen.
Well, yeah,
he would have even gone
and
earlier
he
than the Giants.
Dwayne Haskins also. Oh, what was I going to say? I just blanked. It's most quarterbacks when you get drafted that high, you're not going to go to an ideal situation anyway. So that I don't like that argument because anybody, if you're getting picked high, you're most likely
You're
not gonna
going
be
to
on a good team.
most likely a bad team unless somebody trades up. So it's like, that's why the best quarterbacks, they gotta survive basically trial by fire most of the time. Shout out to Engraven for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it, man. If you guys don't know, make sure you check out Engraven Vids. Great Ravens content creator, great NFL content creator in general. He says, keep doing your thing, my guy, for the Giants community. I appreciate that. Go ahead though, Sam.
Oh yeah, like we haven't ever, other than last year, and we still haven't seen how he's gonna turn out. But we've never really seen a top quarterback go to an already really good team. Trey Lance is like set up to be very good. We've never seen that before, so I kind of think that that's going to be fun to see what he could do next year. And going back to like the college quarterback thing, if college, there's reasons why some guys are rated higher because if we were just going off stats, Bailey Zapp, or the guy that the Patriots drafted, threw for almost 6,000 yards and I think 60 touchdowns to like 5 picks or something ridiculous like that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's obviously reasons why some quarterbacks are viewed a lot higher. That's just my Bryce Young thing. And he was also playing the best, maybe the best college defense ever in that Georgia team.
And then there's a comment right here. Hazelnut saying, didn't Dwayne Haskins go to a middling team like 16, 17? I think he was picked 15th overall, which is, yeah, it's a good point. It's a middling team, but the Washington Redskins were not a good team in 2018.
Yeah, they were
all right, like they were a bad team, man. Like, so even if he went in middling of the pack, so to speak, he did go to a bad team, and it was clearly reflected even to, like, I would say, this day, man. They're still kind of in the same situation as us. They just have that 2020 year where they won the division. But yeah, Sam, let me get your last thoughts though, man, because I'm getting around the 90-minute mark here, so I'm gonna have to close it out soon.
Oh, I thought I saw something today, and I just thought it was really cool, and I wanted to bring it up. A guy, we won't be in position to take him, or I mean, I hope we're not, and I don't think we need edge anyways. But Will Anderson, or a report came out that Nick Saban put him on the sideline when they were doing 11 on 11 in practice because he's too good and it wasn't fair for the offense.
The Alabama edge, I'm guessing, right? Because you said Saban.
Alabama's edge.
I mean, listen, I don't know how to react to that information because it's in practice, but it's also against his own team. We'll see how he does against other teams. You know, if he comes out here and just is absolutely beasting and feasting at the college level, that's going to be something I'm going to love to see because I love edge rushers, probably one of my favorite positions, and I will want to see where he goes to, who's going to pick that man as probably the first edge rusher off the board next year. That would be nice to see.
Also translate very well in the NFL.
Yes, I agree with that 100%.
I feel like for like the Thibodeau haters, I feel like edge is the easiest position to go from college to the NFL. I feel like cornerback, and quarterback, I think are the hardest.
And edges, I'm right there with you.
Edge stays the same. You're doing the same thing. You're not. I mean, you're going up against better talent, but if you're playing in a good conference, you're already going up against the Alabama tackles and stuff that are most likely in the NFL, anyways. So I think edge, unless there's obviously outliers to the edge part, like Deion Jordan and the guy the Niners drafted in 2018 or 17. But I feel like most.
I'm trying to think of his name. I know who you're talking about. It began with a J or something?
Oh my! This is gonna. What was his name? Wasn't Armstead?
Was it Javon Kinlaw?
Nah, Kinlaw was, I think, 2 years ago. The CeeDee Lamb draft. It was. He's also hasn't been good. My friend that's a Niners fan told me that he kind of sucks, and they wish they took CD Lamb instead
Mm-hmm.
when they needed a receiver. But oh, why can't I think of his name?
Well,
He
they got
went right
Debo that
after.
year, so they did take receiver in 2019, the same year they got Kinlaw.
No, that wasn't. That was the other year. They took they traded back into the first round that year to get Brandon Ayuk.
Okay.
The Kinlaw year. I think the the Saquon draft was Debo. That
No,
draft
Debo was
was
2019, man. I'm like 99% sure of that. Let me look this up real quick.
Debo was 19. He was a Daniel Jones draft.
Yeah.
But they took Brandon Ayuk. I think that was 2020.
Yeah, Brandon Ayuk was 2020.
So yeah, they took Kinlaw in 20. Why is it escaping me the edge rusher they took in 2018? I think no 17.
Oh, well, it does not matter, but I do got to end this out right here, though, Hayden.
All right, Kush, have a good one.
No problem, man. Thank you for calling in, and I appreciate the jokes earlier, the instigation. Personally, I wouldn't have let that happen to me. For those of you that don't know, that's like a really great joke out there right now.
No,
Have a
yeah,
good
'cause
one,
he
bro.
called
What's up?
him a rat and said he knew nothing about. He told Nate he knew nothing about sports and called
Yeah,
him a
I
rat.
know. He kind of went off on him. I'm like, that's a little. He's very invested in his baseball team, is what we'll say. Yeah.
All right, well, have a good one.
Have a good one, man. Peace. And guys, to all of you, I want to say thank you so much, as usual, for tuning in. And my hair is like, oh my God, look at that. Thank you so much for tuning in, chatting, and calling in as well. I appreciate it. I'm back after like 2 to 3 weeks. Hopefully, we could get a new schedule going as I'm figuring out my way around work and other stuff that I got going on professionally out here in real life. Well, hopefully, I could get some videos up, and I want to get that Aziz Ojulari one up as soon as possible. For those of you that don't know, I did do a stream where I did a little animation of Aziz. Check that out. It's like the most recent thing on the channel. But that's it for now. I appreciate the support, guys. Without y'all, this does not exist, and I do not keep it going. And I'll see y'all soon, man. Love y'all. Peace.